Legend of Dragon Ball Tale is a game changer in the realm of fan-produced anime media, Dragon Ball or otherwise. Directed by Nasir Pasha, whose credits in the animation history have included working as an animator on Total Drama Island, Netflix's Castlevania animated adaptation, Masters of the Universe Revelation, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Nickelodeon, the Lego Monkey Kid short animations, and an unknown future animated project for Marvel. This short film has been in production since 2018 with a small team at Pasha's personal animation studio, Stray Dog Animation Studios, and those efforts have definitely paid off. It presents an alternate Dragon Ball continuity in which Frieza never destroyed planet Vegeta, the original home planet of the Saiyan race, yet the Saiyan race made its way to Earth anyway somehow. It starts off with Goku and Chi-Chi fighting in the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament like in the Piccolo Jr. saga of the original manga and anime, with Chi-Chi's battle rage coming from Goku forgetting his childhood promise to marry her. The fight is interrupted by Broly, who, as always, is fueled by a single-minded motivation to kill Kakarot/Goku and anything in the way at goal. Vegeta arrives to assist Goku in defeating Broly, and he is now King of the Saiyans. During the fight, enraged after Broly breaks Chi-Chi's arm, Goku goes into a flaming monkey form inspired by a form of the original Son Goku from the classic Japanese story Journey to the West, and the combined attacks of both Super Saiyan Vegeta and Monkey King Goku send Broly flying into space. Vegeta then ominously tells Goku that they'll need to prepare for war. In a scene in the middle of the credits, Broly is shown floating in a pod in space, having survived his fight with Goku and Vegeta, and he's finally started to expand his vocabulary of revenge past Kakarot to include Vegeta as well. Despite only being 10 minutes long, the short has a fascinating reimagining of the Dragon Ball mythos. As a result of planet Vegeta not having been destroyed by Frieza and what few survivors of its destruction being forced to become part of Frieza's band of space pirates, Vegeta is much less of a jerk than he usually is, while still maintaining his prideful nature. He's also current King of the Saiyans, as the previous King Vegeta had passed away by the time of the short's main plot. Goku also doesn't seem as dumb or immature as he usually does, just forgetful of childhood marriage promises, which really shouldn't be legally binding anyway, and this version of Goku and Chi-Chi seem like they would be more believable as a couple, considering how what activates Goku's transformation into Monkey King Goku is seeing Broly severely hurt Chi-Chi, showing how much this version cares about her, where in most of the manga and anime, he doesn't seem to think about her very much when not at home, and doesn't seem to be able to differentiate between friends, wives, sons, and enemies. Chi-Chi is also much more of a capable fighter in this short than the original manga and anime, and it seems like this version of her and Goku could fight alongside each other even after she becomes a mom, whereas in canon, once Gohan entered the picture, all she ended up caring about was him becoming a scholar. Due to this short having been in production since before Dragon Ball Super Broly came out, this version of Broly that appears in it is based more on the version of him that appeared in the old 90s movies rather than the one in Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is now generally considered to be the better version of the character, yet they make him work as the antagonist regardless. For all of the characters that appear in it, they keep what fans like about them and make them more likable in the areas that have been points of contention among fans for a while now, suggesting a better understanding of the characters than possibly even franchise creator Akira Toriyama himself has at this point. The short also does a lot of creative things with its Easter eggs and stylistic choices. Almost the entire Dragon Ball supporting cast appears as a background character in the short, as well as a character resembling the avatar Toriyama would use to represent himself in the author's notes of his old manga. The filter the animation is presented in, combined with the yellow subtitles, evoke the feel of 90s anime fan subs. It mixes old and new techniques with animation, having a level of fluidity reminiscent of a Studio Trigger anime, and some brutal violence closer to Fist of the North Star than Dragon Ball Z, yet also paying tribute to a lot of stylistic choices of 90s anime. It's really amazing that a pretty small upstart animation studio was able to come up with this. Crunchyroll's division for original content has been struggling lately. While they were doing a good job with some of the anime adapted from South Korean webtoons for a little while, and their co-productions with Adult Swim and Toonami have also seemed to be alright, their actual attempts at making original in-house animated series in an anime-esque style have been either Onyx Equinox and their adaptation of the graphic novel Freak Angels, which are both passable but severely lacking in animation budget, or like High Guardian Spice, which is an all-around mess for quite the handful of reasons. And the less said about X-Arm, the better. I think that a way that Crunchyroll could salvage its Crunchyroll Originals brand would be if it allowed indie Western animation studios staffed largely by fans of certain 90s anime to make full-length series doing what Legend of Dragon Ball Tale did for Dragon Ball. Reimagine and reinterpret aspects of whatever 90s anime a given indie animation studio has a lot of fans of working at in order to create new original stories based on their lore, while also staying true to what made people originally like those anime. Imagine something like Legend of Dragon Ball Tale being made for anime like Slam Dunk, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, Detective Conan, Rurouni Kenshin, Sailor Moon, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Pokemon, Digimon, or Berserk, although you'd probably want to imagine a good actual anime adaptation of part of Berserk other than the Golden Age first. And then imagine something like Legend of Dragon Ball Tale or a similar short made for one of those anime I just listed, getting enough money from Crunchyroll to make a high-quality series of 12 episodes, each one are about 25 minutes in length, and distributed on Crunchyroll. If they allowed for something like that to happen, then I think it would not only revitalize Crunchyroll Originals as a brand, but bring in a lot more subscribers to Crunchyroll. Those new subscribers mainly being people that used to watch anime when they were younger and still have a lot of nostalgia for it but don't care to keep up with all the current seasons of new anime. Granted, shorts like Legend of Dragon Ball Tale for reimagining those other anime made by indie Western anime studios should probably come before Crunchyroll announces full-length big budget reimaginings of those other anime made by indie Western animation studios. Because due to how controversial a lot of things Crunchyroll has done have become, combined with the existing baggage associated with Western remakes of anime, especially live-action ones, Crunchyroll announcing out of nowhere, hey, we're releasing a reboot of this classic anime, it's going to be made by a Western studio, might not go over well without proof of concept like Legend of Dragon Ball Tale to put most of the fears anime fans might have of Crunchyroll streaming that kind of show to rest. The other big thing getting in the way of this would probably be the various legal issues that could arise from indie Western animation studios making projects like this, especially if they're based on anime made by Toei Animation, who is notoriously litigious with Western anime fans using their characters for unlicensed content. This is why Legend of Dragon Ball Tale took 4 years to make, and why its animators are working on it for no money and merely love for Dragon Ball. But if all relevant parties could come together and find solutions to making shows like what I'm describing that can please Crunchyroll, the indie Western animators, and the original Japanese license holders, it could easily be one of the greatest things that ever happened in modern anime fandom, and I've only slightly exaggerated with that claim. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch Legend of Dragon Ball Tale, upload it to the YouTube channel called Agent Mystery Meat, share the video, and get as many people as possible talking about not only Legend of Dragon Ball Tale, but my proposition for similar shorts based on iconic 90s anime made by indie Western animation studios, and getting Crunchyroll to fund full-length series based on such shorts. It's a long shot, but I think that simply putting the idea into both some indie Western animation studios' heads and some major anime distributors' heads is good enough for me at this point. Thank you for watching, and do whatever it is you do with videos you like or don't like. This is Neil Rush, the Concerned Alien, signing off.